Now we are going to use Goobric to apply a rubric to an assignment that we've already sent out. So I've got my spreadsheet here. I used the add-on Doctopus to help create it, and what that did for me was it sent out my assignment to each of my students, and it provided me with a link to each of their assignments. So my students have gotten the assignment, completed it, and now it is time to grade it. I go on up to add-ons and I find Doctopus because that's the one we're using, and then I head down to assess because it's time to grade it. So I will click attach Goobric, and then it will work and pull up a menu bar. The first thing, it shows you the 3 steps you have to complete in order for this to work. I've already installed the Goobric extension, but if you haven't done that, you just click the link and it will take you to the correct place in the Chrome store. So you click select your rubric, and when you do that, it will bring up your Google Drive. You just find the rubric that you want. I've already selected mine. Once you chose yours, it will put it in the bottom, and you can double check that this is the rubric that you want. When you're creating your rubric, you want to just create it in a Google Sheet. On the left side, you put your categories. On the top, you put the point value or however you're grading it, and you always leave space A1 blank. So this is my already created rubric, and I'm attaching to this assignment. When I click attach Goobric to this assignment, it will process the rubric, and then it will attach this rubric to every single one of my students' documents. So that's what it's doing now. It's finished attaching my rubric to each of the assignments. You'll notice it's also created a new sheet in my spreadsheet for me. This page, whenever I submit a graded rubric, will record the information line by line for each student. So it acts like a gradebook page for me when I'm done. I'm ready to get started. I'll just come over and click on one of the links for my student docs. It opens the assignment in a new tab, and you'll see the Goobric eyeball up here in my URL bar. That's the Goobric launcher. When I click on it, it'll open the page again, so I'll still have my student assignment open, but it will overlay my rubric on top of the assignment for easy grading. It may also ask you to allow your microphone. I've already done that, so it's not asking me here. But if you choose to do so, you'll be able to leave your student voice comments instead of having to type everything. So you've got your rubric up at the top and the student assignment down here on the bottom. You can scroll through to read the entire assignment, and you have the same tools that you normally would in editing mode for Google. But you also have your rubric. So I'm ready to grade. I'm just putting things in for my students up here. And as I click through, you'll see each of my criteria appear, and the one that I've given the child is highlighted. I can add a comment should I choose. And when I'm done, I can click submit. You'll notice it also has the option to email scores to the student. I've unchecked that box because my county has it turned off. I can go back and forth to the next assignment for a different student, or when I'm done, I can just close it. If I go back to my original sheet, you'll notice that the rubric scores page now has the information, including my comment for my student. And if I click on the link to open the document, when it loads, you'll see that my rubric has been attached on the bottom, and the student can easily see what they've earned, what my comments were, and that's it. That's all for using Goobric. It's absolutely a time saver, and it's part of the Doctopus add-on.